Hey everybody. So I saw this post of the late Jacky Oh, and I said, oh my gosh. It made me wonder. Sometimes people say they feel the end is near. And I'm not really one of those to get into all the, you can tell I don't know, but I've heard that. I've heard people say it. Um, I've heard of a child telling a parent that they weren't going to live long, and that's a disturbing message. And the child didn't live long. Painful. I can't imagine. So I saw this post of Jacky Oh. Uh, she has three children by, what is it, DC Young Fly. And it says, this is reportedly from her page. When you start drawing nearer to God, reading and really listening to the word and applying it in real life, there's such a beautiful awakening and transforming power that you start to feel. And I just really love that for me and also for all my loved ones that are experiencing it as well. Every conversation I've had lately has God all up in it, and He really has the answer to every single thing. God is so dope. Love y'all, Jackie. Awakening, transforming power that you start to feel. And I just really love that for me and for all my loved ones. Every conversation I've had lately has God all up in it. And He really is the answer to every single thing. God is so dope. Wow. And then look what happened. Look what happened. And people that follow her, a lot of them say, oh, she's not one, that gets religious. But I just find it so interesting. If this is like one of the last posts from her page, and then you look what happened, maybe it is true. Maybe sometimes people can sense it. If not, the transformation, since maybe something major is about to happen. I thought, wow, this is just, and it reminded me of that young kid that I worked with oh my God, over a decade ago, over 20 years ago, in his 20s. And it was, you know how you have like, okay, see you next year, December 31st and January 1st, you're off work and you return on the 2nd or what have you. See you next year. Everybody says that. He goes, no, you're not going to see me next year. I said, yes, I will. I'll see you. I said, are you leaving the job? He goes, no, but you won't be seeing me next year. And I thought, at the time, I didn't really think anything of it. Later, he and his baby mother, so young, were involved in a car accident. The baby they had, the baby made it. He and his young girlfriend didn't. In their 20s. In their 20s. Life was over just like that. He was a good kid, far as I know. Always smiling, fun, friendly. And then I thought about when he told me that, and I was like, why would he say that? No, you're not going to. I'm like, are you leaving the job? It's like, no, you're not going to see me next year. And he was right. I didn't see him next year. Huh. So they say sometimes people see things, and maybe sometimes they do. I'm starting to be convinced of that. I really am starting to be convinced of it. They say sometimes people have dreams. I don't, and then something happens. But the part that she says, this post alone, when you start drawing nearer to God, reading and really listening to the word and applying it in real life, there's such a beautiful awakening and transforming power that you start to feel. And I just really love that for me and also for all my loved ones that are experiencing it as well. Every conversation I've had lately has God all up in it, and He really has the answer to every single thing. God is so dope. Hmm. And then I think about the eulogy. Well, what was supposed to be a eulogy, in my personal opinion, her father and the baby daddy, I just saw like two black men just rambling, to be honest with you. Maybe they should have looked up the word eulogy. I mean, there's so much death in our community, you should know by now what it is. Normally, you sing the person's praises about being a wonderful mother, an entrepreneur, accomplishing so much in her life. But that didn't happen. We started hearing about Adam and Eve, and I guess some kind of scientific theory that he has, and we got three brains. I thought the whole thing was strange. We got three brains. And then baby daddy talking about, to me, the guy, like he just all of a sudden, I mean, like he was confused, but then trying to incorporate some religious aspects into his speech. I thought maybe I should have wrote that down. It's okay to have a sheet of paper, no cards. Maybe, just maybe, a thought. So it really made me think, and I thought about it. People say online that he was ridiculing her body, after having children. Let's not forget, the body goes through changes once you carry a man's child. So you're welcome. Who does that? Ridicule the mother of your children, her body. Who does that? And then the mommy makeover. I thought, wow, you just have this function. In my opinion, this lady just have the two main men in her life. I think it's insulting, a poor excuse. It's a wonder she accomplished anything. I'm sorry. Listening to the father, I mean, I'm thinking with these two guys, do we need a psych consult? Because this is some strange behavior. What they're saying is not typically how it goes for a loved one. If there wasn't a casket there or a notification, and you just put the camera on her dad and DC Young Fly, I would have thought you just got some black men on YouTube, talking about different things. It would have never occurred to me it was a eulogy. Were they aware of her plans in life? The girls seem to be on that ground, but hey, you have to when you carry the seed of poverty. I don't care how much money they made. More than likely, it's going to be on the woman to raise the children. So you got to get something going. I just thought, wow, this is a poor excuse. And it's really embarrassing because I thought it was. I said, this is so dumb. I'm sorry. In my opinion, I just felt it was totally dumb. But this here, I thought about it. I said, wow, drawing nearer to God. I just kind of wondered, did she have some kind of, what do they say, epiphany, or did she have some kind of a premonition that something was going to happen? Maybe she did, and maybe this is it's the norm. It's like I remember when Luther Vandross was in case those who may not know, he was great singer R&B. And I remember they had a show, I think it was like at the time, like ET, Entertainment Tonight, and Luther Vandross, his mother, he was still hospitalized, I believe, at this time. So he was still alive, but I think he was on machines and stuff, what have you. He wasn't like aware or lucid. And they interviewed his mother. I will never forget, she said, I hear death bells. I was like, oh, don't think in that way. She said, I hear death bells. And Luther Vandross passed away. I'll never forget that. I can see it in my mind like it was last night or yesterday or today. I can just her sitting there. She said, I hear death bells, and he transformed. So maybe it's something to it, you know? I just saw this and I thought, wow. I just thought, this is just, to me, this was like major to me. And as for DC Young Fly, are you proud of the way you treated your baby mother? Woman gives you 3 kids, not worth a ring. The girls seem to have been hardworking. Are you proud as to the way you treated this young woman? The mother of your children, are you proud of that? Because here's what I do think. Your mistreatment, if there is any, because I don't follow these young people, if there's any mistreatment, I think it's going to haunt you. And I hope the aunt and the mother do not take on all the responsibility. Those are his 3 kids. He needs to see what it's like to raise children. But I do have a feeling, like you all expressed in the comments on the first video about the, her dad, what have you, that more than likely they're going to probably just step in and take over. It's sad. Yep, more than likely a black woman, his mother and her aunt will probably save the day to raise the children. But as for him, how did you treat your baby mother? The mother of 3, not 1, 3 children. How did you, even if there was 1, how did you treat her? If he didn't do well by her, which I have my opinion, it may haunt him. Or he may just be, he could possibly be a dust bucket that's just too far gone. That something like that doesn't even register. You never know. Somebody mentioned about, oh, he might be glad. I was like, oh my gosh, please don't say that. So he can get out in the streets and do his thing. Well, Dusty's do that anyway. But that would just be oh my God, so disappointing. You know what I mean? So anyway, I wanted to share this with you guys. Let me know what you think. Maybe things like that do happen. Maybe people is a premonition could be real. Maybe they're sensing it. But either way, rest in peace. Simply said on YouTube. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for listening, and I'm out.